Hello and welcome to, I guess you can say, part two of the figures I would like to see McFarlane Toys to make for The Walking Dead. Today I'm going to be talking about the TV show. Now, to be fair, the TV show we've gotten a good majority of the figures and characters, but there are still a handful of them that do need to be talked about. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have room for characters like Jerry, Alden, Henry, Noah, Martinez, and a few others, so don't expect to see them on this list. That's the thing, like, there are so many characters in The Walking Dead that do deserve figures, and to be fair, well, to be honest, I only thought of Jerry after I edited all of this, so I was like, shit. I would have put Jerry on here, so I guess you can say for number 16, Jerry would definitely be on here. So, yeah. So, here's a look at all the posters they've done for the seasons. I love this image. Anyway, let's start off with the first figure. Shane. Now, we've had a Shane. Two, actually. But here's what they haven't done. One that actually fucking moves and has articulation. And, how about give him his more iconic look, like this one would be really appreciated. Hopefully we get him at some point. And yeah, I would like to see a Shane like this. Maybe even have him come with the bag, the shotgun, maybe even an alternate head where he's wearing the hat. Whatever, I would just really like a figure of Shane. He was such a big character in the show, one of the most important, even 8 seasons in. He was still a huge character, so yeah. Um, Next up is one of the newer characters, but here we have, of course, Simon. Simon is another character I would really like to see a figure of. Now, I should also say this is 5-inch figures I want to see them make, because a couple characters are going to be on here that have got 7-inch figures, but I want to see 5-inch figures of these characters. Now, Simon has no figure as of yet, but Simon is definitely a character that really deserves a figure. He was such a big part of season 7 and 8 that it's kind of amazing he hasn't gotten some sort of figure as of yet. Like, he hasn't even appeared in the Walking Dead No Man's Land game as a playable character. It's crazy. Of course, he's played by Stephen Ogg, who's best known for Trevor Phillips in Grand Theft Auto 5. But that's not just why he's popular, but he's also just a very well done character, and the actor does a great job. Speaking of other saviors, though this guy doesn't really like the saviors, we have Dwight. Granted, he just got a 7-inch figure not too long ago. I would like to see a 5-inch figure of him. Um, if they wanted to, you could give us two heads, one without the burn face, one with the burn face. Most people would probably just have him with the burn face. In terms of like what he should wear, I don't think he should be wearing Daryl's jacket. I think I would very much rather seeing him in the picture that's about to come up, which is this outfit. I would like to see him more like that, just in, not wearing Daryl's clothes, because the 7-inch figure wore his jacket just without the wings on it, but at least I think that was meant to be Daryl's jacket. They just didn't want to have the wings on it because it'd be too similar, but yeah, I would really like to see a Dwight figure, and we have Tara pointing a gun at him. Speaking of Tara, next up is Tara. Tara has been in the show for a very, very long time, since very early season 4, and she has still not gotten a figure yet. There's a mystery mini of her, but a 5-inch figure has not been made as of yet. And I gotta say, like, I really want to see a figure of her. She has been a very big character since season 4, and I really want to see them make a figure based around her. Just because I think, she's such a big character. She still is. She's still alive in the show. So she's been around for a long time, and you know, a figure of her would be so awesome to have. And yeah, like I think stuff like having her pose next to the rest of Abraham's group would be cool because they all appeared around the same time. Speaking of that, Rosita is the third and final member of Abraham's group that has not gotten made into a figure as of yet. Why not McFarlane? Out of any character in season 7, I'm pretty sure like people have researched who had the most appearances and the most minutes on screen in season 7. Rosita beat out Rick and Negan, I'm pretty sure. I think she had the most appearances out of anyone in season 7. She is a gigantic character, and I think a figure of her. She's probably the most requested figure for The Walking Dead we have as of now. So, McFarlane, like, please give us a Rosita figure to put with our Abraham or Eugene and or Tara figure because Tara came around the same time as them. So, they're all season 4 characters. Anyway, here's the character I probably want the most out of any character, and that is Father Gabriel. Father Gabriel has become one of my favorite characters in the time he's been in the show. His journey in season 8 was one of the best aspects of that season. Now, yeah, I just really want to see a Father Gabriel figure. There's a pop vinyl of him. I have the pop vinyl, and it's a cool pop vinyl, but I would also like to see a McFarlane figure of him. Preferably in his, usual attire in the priest clothes. I don't know what you'd call it. I'm sure someone will correct me. Go ahead and do it. I want to know. I want to know if there's an actual name to it. But yeah. Next up is Ezekiel. Ezekiel is a character that also recently, like just the other month, got a 7-inch figure, and he's a kick-ass 7-inch figure. But I would really like a 5-inch figure of him, go along with the Carol and the Morgan 5-inch figure. And yeah, he's such a huge character. I think a figure of him would also be very much appreciated. I think he would sell. He has a very cool design to him. He has the dreads, he has the cane with the sword in it, he has the armor. I think a figure of him would just look fucking awesome, and I don't think, I think there would be other characters he would go great with. Again, like I said, Jerry would also be a character I would go for. But I think you gotta have Ezekiel with a certain somebody, and that somebody is of course the missing, well not missing, but the very much missed character of Shiva. Shiva's been dead since like pretty early on in season 8, and fans have missed her ever since, including myself. She was an awesome, loyal animal, and to get a figure of her would be fucking awesome. Hell, have a throne and have the character, just like set this up in your display for the characters. Could you imagine having that? Having Carol Morgan around, having Jerry around. Wow, that would just be cool setting up all that. I wouldn't mind if they did a 2-pack for Ezekiel and Shiva, maybe even throw in the throne. I think that would be an awesome 2-pack, and I think it would very much sell. Well, I think it would probably sell out like fast. So I do. Next up is Cindy. I'm going to say this about Oceanside and the characters at Oceanside. We haven't seen too much from them, so I'm not going to say much about the characters. Like, I'm going pretty fast and, like, saying very minimal stuff on the characters, but, like, Cindy, we just haven't really seen in that many episodes, and for most of season 8, she's just been very, like, grouchy. Of course, her grandmother died, and in my opinion, you know, like the grandma, she tried to kill Aaron. Enid was just defending them. So yeah, at least she helped out at the end. And everyone watching this video, thank Aaron for that because Aaron made that possible. Aaron is one of the best characters. Facts. So anyway, yeah, Cindy would be awesome. Next up is a new Maggie. Now we are getting a 7-inch Maggie figure later on this year, I think in September, along with a clean shaven Negan and a new Rick, which is awesome. And yeah, I think Maggie definitely deserves a second figure. I mean, like, we've had so many Walking Dead figures. It's kind of surprising Maggie only got one, but hey, at least she did get one. But I think an updated figure on her would be really awesome, especially because she looks so different now. I think, you know, especially because she's become such a bigger character. Like, they made that figure back, like, when season 3 was out. She was a big character in season 3, but now she's become one of the biggest characters in the show. So it only makes sense to have her, you know, be made. So yeah, next up is, I can already see you all groaning that why would you want a Laurie? I like her. I liked her a lot in the show. I was sad when she died. I would love if Judah came with her because I want a Judah figure as well, god damn it. But yeah, I guess you can also count that too. So here you go, 17 fucking figures in this list instead of 15. But I did not hate Laurie as much as some people do. She did stuff that were, you know, she did questionable things, sleeping with Shane, but I digress. Look, I think she was such a big character. She was likable enough. I think it warrants a figure, and there are a lot of fans out there that do want a figure of her. So I do think she will sell semi well. I don't think she'd be a peg warmer or anything. So yeah. Next up is Jadis, or as you can call her now, Anne. Um, in terms of how I would want the figure for Jadis to look, I'm just going to say Jadis because people are so used to saying Jadis. But Jadis, I would like, either way, I would like to see her in this outfit, and or you know, if they made her with the way she looks now, with the, you know, without the goofy haircut. I mean, it fits her character, but like, you know, with her different attire now that she's not, you know, speaking, you know, the way she speaks, I think I wouldn't mind getting either version of Jadis. I think it'd be cool to get a Jadis figure, you know, in the first place. I think it'd be cool to see her be made into a figure. So next up is another character, Morales. Yeah, he is pretty minor in the scale of things, but I think the fact that they brought him back, there is a demand for him. I do think a figure of him would be pretty good. And even though he's a piece of shit for joining Negan's side, I gotta say I still want a Morales figure. Um, it's cool filling out the Atlanta camp survivors. I mean, we got T-Dog, we got Dale. You know, that came in series 8 and 9 of the TV figures. I would love a Morales for series 10, or if they're done series 10, for series 11. Oh, by the way, Jesus is not on this list either because he has already been announced, so don't expect to see him on here anytime. So yeah, I think a Morales would be very much appreciated. And some fans may like who I have coming up next. Next up, Tobin. Now you may say, why the fuck would you make a Tobin? I think it's a T-Dog situation where T-Dog, despite the fact he was more of a side character, he had such a huge cult following. Granted, a lot of it was by people that were just, you know, in it for the meme. But there were some people that genuinely liked T-Dog. It's the same with Tobin. I genuinely like T-Dog and I genuinely like Tobin. They're both really good characters, and fuck it, yeah, Tobin would be an awesome character to have a figure of. Hell, even make a Walker version of him. That Walker Tobin single-handedly took down the fucking hilltop. See, even in death, he was still making memes. So good on you, Tobin. The actor, I think his name is Jason Douglas, did a fantastic job with this character, and he will definitely be missed. Next up, I can see a lot of you saying, no, I do not want a figure of this character. Even though Gregory is a lying piece of shit and big asshole and claims to be the juice, I am using quotations for that, but I would still like a Gregory figure, not just because, he has the same name as me. That doesn't interest me at all. I just want a figure of Gregory because he's so fucking entertaining when he's on screen. He's annoying, but goddamn is he fucking hilarious. His rant to Simon in episode 15 of season 8 had me laughing. And then Simon putting his ass on the ground was also pretty funny. So, yeah, that's my list for Walking Dead TV figures. I would like to see your thoughts in the comments below. Anyway, tune in for part 3, coming up soon.